What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zary from the XMG, and it is Fun Friday. So we are going to have our review for Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. Before we get into that, if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button, leave a like, all the good stuff that goes along with it. And for my XMG family members out there, thank you for all who voted for this video. We are going to go over next week's Fun Friday choices, and then the poll will go out after this one. So let's jump into the 3 games we are going to pick for next week's, or pick from next week's Fun Friday review. Alright, so you know how we do this. There will be 3 games. We're just going to kind of briefly go over them. And the first one here is called Darkfire Heroes. Darkfire Heroes is kind of like a Lord's mobile game kind of thing, I guess. Here we can take a look at the pictures, if it wants to load, which it doesn't. But battle evil enemies, collect cool heroes, fight epic bosses, explore a major campaign, brawl in the arena. So there's that. It says collect and battle more than 50 heroes with 60 unique factions in this fantasy RPG. Assemble a team, magic spells, strategic combat. So Darkfire Heroes is choice number 1. Choice 2 is Kingdom of Heroes Tactics War. This is kind of more of the hero collector side of things. And new user reward. So kind of just see what the character art looks like a little bit. And yeah, this is definitely more of the hero collector style. If I can get out of it. There we go. It is legit turn-based RPG based on tactical battle of the hexagon battlefield. Engage in thrilling strategy with heroes in every turn. Begin your journey in a fantasy world to unite Lorsarian continent besides powerful heroes. It says test your strategy, test the limits of your heroes, towers of endurance, rune dungeons, arena, awakening valley, rift dungeons, etc. So Kingdom of Heroes Tactics Wars is choice 2. Choice 3 is Murderous Pursuits. Now this is a different one. This is kind of like the oddball one here. And everyone is a suspect. Blend into the crowd, don't be exposed, act naturally, fool them all, be focused, sniff out your targets, and sneak up with finishing tricks. Danger is looming, using skills artfully. Who shall be the best suspect? Quick play, we have VIP escort, so there's a couple different game modes. So that is Murderous Pursuits. And it says, welcome aboard the Victorian-style themed airship, where you and 7 other players, so it's real-time PvP, must kill each other in a daring daylight without raising suspicion. Our mysterious party host, Mr. X, is constantly assigning you targets. So this one seemed kind of fun. So there is Murderous Pursuits. And I'll put all 3 of these links in the description down below, so you can click on them and watch the videos and things of that nature. So let's get into our review of Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. Alright, my YouTube family, this has been extremely frustrating. Game keeps crashing, it's not loading my data. It only lets me play the tutorial. I've downloaded 3 other emulators besides BlueStacks. Right now we're on LD player. And I'm going to walk you through the tutorial. You should be able to see most of it. And then I'm going to try to continue my gameplay just with that tutorial one. Apologize greatly for this. This has just been frustrating and it's been a very long night. So we're going to jump into it and you're going to kind of see what goes on here. So the tutorial is pretty basic. You're able to get through it pretty quickly. It really isn't anything mind-numbing. But as you can see here, this is kind of what your characters look like. Right here, he's a guardian. Dutiful, he's a 3-star skill rating. That's his overall powers at a 94, and that's the kind of weapon he uses. So we're going to continue. And we're going to activate our medic here, Alex Nolan. As you can see, he's support. He has an enduring. His abilities are over here. If I could click on it, I'd show you, but during the battle, he'll run up and heal somebody. He is a skill level of 80, overall power, and he's using this weapon. Now we're going to jump into battle. And one of the big things I was going to talk about and describe is when you play this game, it is extremely boring. Super disappointed in a Tom Clancy game because this is all you do. It's more of an idle game. You just kind of sit there and you click these ultimate kind of special abilities here. And as you can see, this is kind of like a rocket. And you're going to click and anybody in the range of it's going to be hit by that target. It's just very boring gameplay. You know, you don't even get to, here's your other ability, which is a protective shield. And you can change those as you go. There's different ones you can use, and when we get to that point, I'll show you. But you don't even get to pick where people are. You don't get to pick who they're attacking. It's a very synergistic game, though. And yeah, this is really the gameplay and what you do. It's really just kind of boring. And I've never lost a fight. I've never even come close to losing a fight. I've 3-starred everything. My main account, I was level 18. There are some synergistic things in there, different squads from different games. Here is Megan. She is a bio. She's a striker, and she is composed. Her special ability, she drops like a little turret gun. She uses this like M16. 2-star, 83, and that is her little mini gun that drops, and as you rank your characters up, you go through there. And you know, for a Tom Clancy game that supposedly immerses you in battle, it'd be so much cooler, even if you couldn't, you know, kind of like manually took over the gameplay. If you still couldn't even do that, it'd be nice if you could place where your guys are or who you're attacking. There is one special ability which we're going to unlock right now. Or maybe the next fight, where you can focus your fire on one person. Okay, you know, it does have this kind of, you know, cinematics to it, story cinematics as well as pre-launch cinematics. But all in all, the gameplay, this is it. It doesn't change much. All right, we're going to drop it there, hope for the best, put our shield up on our tank, and we can't even choose who we want to attack. Now there's going to be a boss fight. So this part I do kind of like, is that Virgil here is our boss, and you can read about him, and he's a sniper. And here they're all going to rush up, and we are going to drop our bomb. Pretty cut and dry. Put our shield back up on our defender. There's her little drone. And they have their own little things that happen here. You know, but pretty boring and stale gameplay. Final kill. You can skip them if you want. You can shut this off in the options, and we get our victory. Now there's 3 things the victory is you know, it's kind of like 3-starring a level. You don't lose any characters. You do it within the time frame. And I forget the other one. So now we're going to kind of learn how to level up a character. And the gear crunch I have not seen really at all, just based on your levels. So we've ranked up to level 2. And we are halfway there. This is kind of your pathway to the beginning of the game. You have your energy up here, your coins, and then your premium currency are these gold bars. So we're going to go over to our soldiers here, and we're going to click on Megan because we have to. We're going to train her up to level 2, and we're going to have to do that for the rest of the people. So you can see stats, base power, health, armor, resistance. These are your training modules that you use to train people up. So let's confirm him up to level 2. And Same thing with our medic. We have to do all that for the tutorial. Go back to objectives and rinse and repeat. Honestly, that this is your everyday gameplay is this. And here we're going to switch out. And as you can see here, they want us to put the focus fire on. There's a health one. There's where we recharge energy to an ultimate ability. So this is actually what I ran with, was the focus fire and the drone missiles. But the load times in this game are really quick. I've never really had much of an issue with any of the load times in this game. That part of the game is super smooth. The server itself has had its problems, but as far as the game loading, I haven't. So Sean Robertson, he's a boss. Up here we have our objective time of 1:30. We are fighting 1 of 1 waves. And back to just watching it play. We're going to taunt, or we're going to focus fire on this character back here. The drones come down, and then we can choose who we want to pick. Then we're going to drop our bombs again. We just have the boss character, and we just sit here and wait. So not very tactful at all for a Tom Clancy game, in my opinion, and that's why I love them so much. We don't even get to pick when we put out our ultimates for the characters. You know, you might want to save one for the next battle. You can't. It's very frustrating. So now we're going to equip a piece of gear. Now the gear crunch, this is kind of like the cinematic video. I'll skip that and save it for anybody who does want to play this game. And here we go. You know, these 2 gear pieces, and you get an abundance. It's very easy to farm from what I've seen so far. I wish I could show you my other account. I have multiple guys built up. And, you know, there is a little bit of a story, so we're going to claim this. And you get keys to open up chests. And it is an O.R.B key, they call it. And O.R.B stands for ordnance boxes. And orbs, just like any other game. And this is where you can get character shards, you can get gear, things like that. Now, most of these can be purchased either with a key that you'll get for running the campaigns, things like that. You'll unlock them in there, or you can use the premium currency. Normally, they give you an abundance of premium currency in the beginning of the game to progress your characters a little bit more, and the premium currency in this game is definitely harder to come by. That is one thing I did notice, and obviously everybody's going to unlock that guy there, Emil. Thought it was Emmanuel for some reason. And then we're going to activate him. He's an enforcer and composed. RPK 74, 79 overall. And we're going to continue. And we go back to our home screen. And this is the end of the tutorial. So that is the essential tutorial. And then it's going to ask you to name your character, and you kind of log in. I did create a guild on my other one, the XMG family, so I could do like the guild boss and things like that, and I'll kind of go over that here in a second. So you saw battle, and that's how it is for all sorts of things. So here, we're just going to say our name is XMG. It's going to ask if we want to log into Google. We're going to say yes. Now, if I pick the one I had before, I get stuck on this screen. It's extremely frustrating. They do have a login calendar reward, so we're going to claim that. And then the lifetime logins, we'll take 15 of this guy. As you can see here, there's my one I've been playing. But we're just going to cancel that for now. We're going to activate our guy we got for free for logging in. He is a guardian, and he is enduring. David Crenshaw. You go through, level them up right to 3. I mean, it's pretty streamlined. That is very streamlined. There's a lot of good things in this game as far as quality of life and streamlinability, but here is your hub, your main hub here. You have your arena that unlocks at level 15, which is no different. You have your campaign modes, okay? Your campaign modes here, the Umbrum is just like your good guy. Your allies is you can use good guys and bad guys. Your underworld is your bad guys, and then close quarters is you have to use people who only have specific gun types, and that is SMGs and pistols. Then you have your vendor here, typical vendor, where you get your bundles, and there is some monetization in this game. Some of the packs, the early game packs, are like $1.99, and I did buy one on my main account just to give the devs something. It was like a 99 cents or $1.99, $2, whatever. I'm fine with that. But there's, you can buy currency for real money, then you have your raid currency, and then you have your prestige currency. You have events, which we can't get to right now, but events help you unlock other characters. And what that does is, there's the first one you do is super easy. It's a sniper, and you just kind of blow through it, and then it gets harder and harder and harder. Your daily ops are your daily objectives. You go through those, and it's your daily resource grinds. Your gold's in there, your gear's in there, your upgrade pieces, fragments, things like that. And then that's really your hub. Now your soldiers here is obviously your dossier, and it'll show you this yellow. I can put that piece of gear on. Isaac Briggs is the one you get, the sniper you get from the first event. And there's a lot of characters, and you got to be really familiar with the Tom Clancy games. Like Sam Fisher, I really wanted to unlock him, but I probably won't play this game long enough to do that. But there are quite a lot of characters. And here's the starter pack. That isn't the one I bought, but I bought the lowest one. And I think it was the global event launch pack or something like that. So you have your mail, Discord links, you have your login calendar up here where you can see what's upcoming, things like that. But in your soldiers here, so you can kind of see the synergistic base, if you go to your filters, you have your attacker, your defenders, and here's the factions: Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, Division, Wolves, and as you get more of the wolves, well, that didn't work out. So as you get more of Rainbow Six, they become more synergized together, and they can do different things. And Ghost Recon. So the more Ghost Recon you have in a group, so you can form a group of Ghost Recons, and you build it how you want. If you want a massive burn down, you can put that on there. If you want, the tank, this tried and true medic, tank, attackers, you can do that as well. So then you can go to your objectives, and this is your daily objectives. They have the campaign, which is kind of your achievements, your accommodations, they call them. And here you just kind of go to show me. I'll tell you what you got to do. And here we got to go to 2A. As you go to 2A, you start unlocking. No, can't click on it. Can't. That's another thing. I forgot you can't do that. But we've already completed Chapter 1, so we got 5 of him, so we're up to 5 of 35. And as we complete, we get more and more and more. But that's really it. That's all you do. Nothing real crazy. I'm sorry I couldn't show you my other account, because when you do, it just freezes. And it kind of tells you your overall status, how many characters you have unlocked. There's 77 total characters in the game. So that is quite a lot. So my YouTube family, there is Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. And for me, this game was really underwhelming. If you are looking for a game where you don't have to do much, but hit a button and play on, like I said, it's more of an idle game. And the fact that you can't even place your characters, focus on who you want to attack, it just gets so stale and boring. Arena's the same thing, but the potential for this game could be big. The streamlining capabilities in this game, the quality of life features, those are some of the best things. The load time's great. The graphics are kind of average in my opinion, but you can get, if you can get beyond the early just not doing much, and you're just looking for that type of game, this game could be for you. But for me, I need something to think a little bit more with, and the theory crafting with your teams is kind of good. But other than that, it's just building a team comp and watching it go. You're not doing much more than that. And the clan bosses or guild bosses, they're the same way. It's, you build your squad and you hit play, and there's not much depth to that. And it kind of reminds me of that aspect of Raid Shadow Legends, where you build your team and you run it on auto and you just constantly just grinding it out. There is sim tickets in the game, and you can just go in and auto clear certain battles a certain amount of time. But at least in like Raid Shadow Legends, you can manually play it if you want. You can't do that here. It just seems to be lacking in those aspects. For me, again, if you're looking for something where you can just hit a button and set it down, jump on once a day, and have some fun with it, Tom Clancy's Elite Squad's for you. This game isn't for me. I didn't enjoy it. Like the first couple hours of gameplay in this game, I was into it. I was having fun. I was looking past the stale, stagnant gameplay, and then it just caught up to me. So for me, this isn't a recommend. But I'd like to revisit this game in 6 months and see what they've implemented to change that stagnant, stale gameplay. So my XMG family members, that's what I got for you. First Fun Friday. Sorry it kind of crapped the bed there, but it's the best of what I could do. So I love y'all. Make sure you vote for the next Fun Friday, where we have the Darkfire Heroes, the Kingdom of Heroes Tactic Wars, or Murderous Pursuits. So you can either leave a comment down here, or I put up the poll already because I didn't think I was going to be able to get this out. So I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.